Hi, Facebook. It's Gerry coming to you from Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. I'm going to give a second or two for traffic to build. We had a little malfunction about 10 minutes ago in my house. Hi, Zin. In my house, people are mad at me for singing the Tiger King song because I do it in a terrible country accent. But I'm addicted to that song, and actually kind of to the show is just the lowest vibrating but most interesting show I think I've ever seen. It's a testament to the human spirit in some way that I haven't figured out yet. But anywho, hi Maria, hey Maiku, hi Zin, hey Jen. Okay guys, so I want to talk about a couple things today. I want to give you an update on the virus. From the beginning of this thing, I've said the same thing. It's going to be over before you know it. And a lot of us are not going to have taken advantage of this time to have this journey with ourselves. So everybody always sends me a thing. Hey, tell me what you think about the virus. Here's what I think. That it's a 17% infection rate. That the death rate is somewhere between 0.36 to 0.86 at the real high. And that most of the deaths that are going to be experienced are experienced with multiple morbidities. So there's some accelerated things in there, and that it will be over before you know it. And I'm going to ask you to not miss out on the opportunity of this virus. And the opportunity of this virus is huge, because it allows us to be with ourselves. So one thing I noticed about myself, I was getting fat, and I lost a couple pounds the week before. I lost 1 more pound this week. And my goal of 10 pounds might be missed because this thing is going to be over before I know it. So I'm going to try to make the most of it, stick to my diet, and stick to my practice and get there. And I'm really, really, really trying to get there. So I have some really beautiful things to share with you today. And so what are these things? Well, number one, hey John Jacob, hey Candace, hey Donna. I want to talk to you today about this new earth, the new beginning for us coming out of this virus. And what is it about? It's about love and it's about giving. It's about love and it's about giving. I had a really unique journey 6 days ago that was super, super, super interesting to me. And how everything is about love and everything is about giving in the perception of the new earth, of the new world, the new way of being is going to be accepted by some and rejected by some. So let's accept it. And what does that mean? That means that if we did our work during this time and we got back to ourselves and we told the truth about ourselves and we highlighted those things that we loved and cherished that we're going to remember in 3 weeks from now and 5 weeks from now when it's hard to remember those things. Not only should we have done that, we should have made a list of what our gifts are. Because once you're merged, the next natural cycle is to give. And this gets tricky and it's a slippery kind of slope. It can be. Yeah? So let's talk about giving. We have to isolate those things that are our gifts. And in the new world, this new way of being is asking us to help each other out with our gifts. That the act of giving is the act of joy. The act of giving is the act of contentment. The act of giving is the act of pleasure. So this is the thing that in giving, especially the right kind of giving, which I'm going to talk about what is the right kind of giving. So let's just go right into that. Let's assume that all of us have been on this delayed ayahuasca journey for the past 6 weeks or however long it's been, and that we have a few more weeks in it. And let's pretend that we all merged and we're all ready to go and we're all ready for this new earth. We're all ready to participate with our brothers, our sisters, our loved ones, and we're ready to go. And we've made our list of what our gifts are. Now here's the thing. Each of us have unique gifts. Some of you are sitting there and say, well, I have nothing to give, and you're lying. You see, because the truth is there is some unique gift that you have to bring to your brothers, your sisters, your families, everything, right? Your unique gift that you have to give. Now, some of you are saying, well, I don't have any money, I can't give money. Some of you are saying, okay, I don't have this, I can't give that. Some of you are saying, I don't have this, and it's all not true. So examine ourselves. Find out what these gifts we have to giving, and then do the one that hurts. What? Do the one that hurts. So let me tell you about this. There was a time when I had money. And what I didn't have was an open heart. But I used to give money so that in some way, karmically, because in some strange way, I still believed in an afterlife. I wanted to give something that made me feel like I'm buying my way into heaven or into happiness. And I would give money. Because at that time, money was very easy for me to make. But I would never, ever, 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 ever give my time. And because I couldn't give my time, I never felt involved in any of the gifts that I gave. Any of it. So when you take your list and you have these things, listen, if you're a type of person who hoards money, give your money. If you're the type of person that hoards your time, give your time. Because it's not until the act of giving defies what our monkey mind says we need. So in the act of giving that defies what our monkey mind says we need, and we release the thing that means the most to us, boom, we're in it. And then joy, and then contentment, and then fulfillment, and then all of these things that the mother, that the universal energy says is ours for our earth experience becomes ours. It becomes our own. Now here's the real interesting trick. Once we give the thing that is the hardest for us to give, then all of a sudden we feel like we're participating. And once we feel like participating, guess what we can ask for? Help from the angels that are around us. Wait a second. So once we're giving the thing that is hardest for us to give, we can ask for help without regret, without shame, without remorse, without conditions. We can just ask for help and be okay with getting it. How beautiful is this? So I'm going to tell you one thing. At Rythmia, and Rythmia, I have to tell you without crying, Rythmia is the most blessed place I have ever seen. It's the most amazing place where people from all over the world come and get healed. It's really real. It's like the fountain of youth, or it's just some crazy thing. It's a vortex that's here. But anyway, in this vortex, the thing that I used to hate to give the most was my time. I didn't like people. Before I did plant medicine, I really had a dislike for people. And so what I do every day when I'm here is I spend time with anybody who asks me. I will go and I'll eat with people, and I will spend time with them and do my best to offer what little gift I have to that person to help that person. And it's changed everything in me. It's changed I never knew I had the capacity to give like that. And the beautiful thing about giving like that, and Mother Teresa found this out, is that it in itself is joy. That giving your time is joy. If time is what you hoard, and I was a hoarder of time. If your thing to hoard is money, then give that. If your thing that you hoard is connection, then give that. If you think that you hoard is your energy or your peace, give that. This is what we're coming into. This is the new world. This is what this thing is about, and this is what is joy. And don't point your finger and say those people. We're in it. We're in it together. We are the party. This is actually happening now. Now I'm going to tell you something. When you're centered, and when you're doing the work of the mother, and when I say the work of the mother, I mean the work of love. Whether you're doing that in your family, in your business, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your social arena, wherever you're doing it, when you're doing it, and when you're doing it from a centered place, you cannot fall. because your angels show up to help you because you've been exposed in giving. In a relationship, vulnerability is the whole thing. Well, you're constantly in relationship with everything around you. And when those see you be vulnerable, and who is vulnerable? The person that's giving their last thing. The person that is giving the thing that they love and cherish. They're vulnerable. And in vulnerability, who shows up? Your angels. I want to tell you a little story. I never let you guys know this, and I'm not someone who conventionally was ever able to ask for help, ever. But we ran into a situation as a result of the coronavirus, and I was truly afraid of the future of Rythmia. And without even asking, an angel showed up and helped us out. Now that is the stuff that is, it's the kind of stuff you read about in books. The angel reached out to me and said, I want to be a part and I want to help you. So in this thing, when we're centered, when we're giving from this place of us, when we're giving after this happens, and we start giving the thing that we cherish the most, whether it's money, whether it's our time, whether it's our connection, our energy, our love, when we start giving this, then all of the angels show up in your life, and they show up to assist you. Isn't that the most beautiful thing? Isn't it nice to know that nature, that the mother, that love itself makes good on its promises? What a beautiful thing to know. The mother would always say to me, don't worry, Gerry. Don't worry, Gerry. Don't worry, Gerry. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And I never believed her fully. I believed her so much that I wouldn't go against her. I would do what she told me to do, but I would always do it with scared pants, meaning she told me to do so much shit that defies logic that I would do, but I would do it with scared pants. It's ridiculous because she's always right. Love is always present. Love always shows up when you're here. When you're giving from a bank account that's empty, what I mean by that is this. If you're the kind of person that says, okay, my energetic bank account, I have 2 units in, and I'm going to give 1 unit to this lady, and I'm going to see what she gives back to me, and that's going to make me decide what I'm going to do next. You're never going to be happy. Ever, 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 ever going to be happy. You have to give with reckless abandon. Give of your time with reckless abandon. Give of the thing that you need the most with reckless abandon, and then it all shows up. Because when we give of the thing that means the most to us, then we do not mind asking or accepting help in our endeavor. You give the thing that matters the most to us, then we don't mind accepting help or asking for help in our endeavor. What a beautiful universal law. What a beautiful law of the universe. And I want to tell you, Reverend Beckwith is the first guy that said something like that to me, and I thought, this guy's lost his mind. And that was early on in this journey, but I never got to see it. You can't see it until you participate in the first person. In other words, I can't sit next to someone who's practicing that principle and watch it and understand it. I have to give before I can get. And that is it. Now, the beauty part of it is in that process, we understand that the gift is in giving and not the getting. The gift is in the giving and not the getting, and we can't get there until we get off the bench and do the thing. That's the beauty of it. So what I'm telling you is that I don't care how complicated your life is. I don't care how much scarcity you have in your life. I don't care how much your parents told you were no good. I don't care what kind of scars you're bringing with you on this journey. All of it can be reversed, and you can live heretofore from this day forward in a new way. That it is absolutely yours to have. You can live from this day forward in a new way, in a free way, in a loving way, in a way that gets worth and satisfaction and true contentment. These are all yours. Is that going to change the facts of your life? I always say no, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It's yes. Because just like the observer effect, the way that we walk, the energy that we give out during this time on earth, the things in our sphere respond to that vibration. So yes, it does change the facts of your life. It changes the things around. Does that mean you can go through life without pain? Absolutely not. Pain is a mandatory piece of existence, of living life. But you can live in pain and still be happy. You can have painful things happen to you and still be happy. Torturing yourself is a choice. And it's a choice that you don't make. So pain occurs, but beauty can be in that pain. Joy can be in that pain. Connectivity can be in that pain. This is the truth of the thing. So I want to talk about this new thing, about going through this life in a particular way. And I want to raise something into everybody's awareness because it's become so abundantly apparent to me. And I had a journey last week, and it was one of the focal points of the journey, was this. So watch Facebook. Watch Facebook. And watch your news feeds. I'm going to tell you something. In the World War II, when Japan was getting its own propaganda, America was getting its own propaganda, Germany had its own propaganda, and everybody had this thing. The same thing is happening again. It's happening because our propaganda is filtered to us in the form of news based on our own beliefs. This is crazy. And what does that create? Divisiveness. It splits everything. So now all of a sudden, think about this for a second. I'm just asking you to think. The first rule that we learn when we fucking get in touch with who we are is, what is this other person's point of view? I want to understand what about this person. Why does this person have this opinion? And now all of a sudden we're in an environment where we only get our own opinion. And this is the only thing that's shown to us is our opinion. And now all of a sudden we're walking through the world thinking fucking everybody sees it like we see it. And now all of a sudden there's no room for the person next to me. There's no room for their feelings. And this is not PC shit. This is real shit. There's no room for their point of view because I'm convinced. I had a friend who used to, I hate saying this, but I had a friend who used to train dogs to fight. You know how they train the dogs? They never, ever, ever let the dogs lose since they're little puppies. If the dog was attacking you, you would lose. And then what you have is you have a dog who thinks it will go to its last breath because it's going to win. So if you just feed you the same information, and we all speak English in this country, right? We're all English speakers of various degrees. There are some Canadians and some English folks who would take me to task on that. But yes, we're all speaking English and we don't even understand each other because we don't hear each other. So in other words, we've heard the same shit, the same thing. If you're on the right, you get the right view. If you're on the left, you get the left view. If you're somewhere in the middle, you only get the middle view. We've heard the same shit for so long that when we hear someone else talk, we think they're fucking crazy. And when we think they're crazy, what do? We attack them personally. Now we all speak the same language. How are we ever going to get it together with people who don't speak our language? When in our own community, we're speaking our same language and we can't connect. We think we're so incredibly fucking right. And I'm going to tell you, the left is guilty. The right is guilty. Everybody's fucking guilty. We're so goddamn sure. The woke think that everybody else is stupid. The rest of people think the woke people have lost their minds. And the thing is, everybody now is at each other because we're being told that we're right by what we read, what we watch. You know, I'm going to tell you what. In my gym, I have CNN and Fox up at the same time. And I have the volume off and I just read some of the subtitles. And you'd think that these two things were living in two different countries. Like completely different stuff. Oh my God, I cannot believe this, right? So what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you, no matter how righteous you think you are, please search out the other person's opinion. See what they're thinking. And I'm going to tell you something. Wars are fought for people who know each other by people who don't. Wars are fought for people who know each other by people who don't. So how do they do that? They misinform. Because our nature is to help each other. It really is. Left to our own devices, we're going to help each other. So how do we get the people around us to fight this war for us? Is we tell them lies. Tell them lies. We tell them that those people that look like this are no good. These people who do this are no good. These people are no good. These people are stupid. Trumpers are all fucking dumb idiots. The left is all actors and actresses and pedophiles. Like, it's fucking all fucking nuts. And the thing is, make no little lies because nobody will believe them. So the lies have to be huge. So here we're thinking that everybody else is the devil. And all you have to do is listen to your brothers and sisters, look at their fucking opinion. And somewhere in the middle we shall meet in love. And this is the thing, we have to meet in love. We have to meet in love. If you meet in any other way, we're dead. We are dead. And this coronavirus thing was for fucking nothing. We have to meet in the middle, and we can't do that by reading the thing that supports our opinion. We can't do that. You already fucking have your opinion. You think that capitalism sucks, or capitalism is great, or this or that, whatever you fucking think, you think. But until you see someone else's opinion, it doesn't mean shit. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is what the whole thing is about. And I love all these woke people who are supposed to be so heart-centered that are calling all these people stupid and dumb and fucking... That ain't heart-centered, kids. That's not that. That is not that. That is not that. So let's learn from these things. I got off topic here, but... Yeah, so let's learn. So how do we learn to do this? How do we learn to do this? Well, it's real simple. I'm still on here. We watch the other news station. We search, show me why people think capitalism works. Show me why people think socialism works. Let me listen to people. Let me find out what's new. Let me build a new company. Let me build a new platform. Let me build a new way of being, and let me not call my brothers and sisters idiots for what their opinion is. And by how is it going to be? If it's going to be, it begins and ends with me. If this is going to be, it starts with me. So if I sit there and wait for this person who has a differing opinion than mine to fucking say, you know what, Gerry, I'm going to take a look at it from your side, I'll be waiting until I'm dead. So who's it up to? It's up to me. It's up to me to participate and to seek to understand them first. And when I do that, you know what you're going to be shocked about? They have valid opinions. That their opinion is valid. Nothing comes in without basis. There's reasons for it. And together we can change this whole thing. So here's how progress really works its best. If you look at an ant farm and you look at the conflict, those ant farms grow slowly. But when there is consensus, those ant farms multiply and multiply and grow and prosper. So the thing is, the people who, I'm going to use the word woke, and I hate that word, but the people who are actively striving to understand each other, this group of folks, when we can do that more and understand more, we can build consensus and understanding and get this ship back on the course it was meant to be on. And I have to tell you what, when you're giving, when you're understanding, seeking to understand, and you're doing this, it's really hard to shit on your neighbor. It really is. It's really hard to point the finger and say it's their fault. Because in your understanding of them, you get to see that you had a horse in the race. That some of this is you. So listen, please, I want to tell you, come to Rythmia. Come here. Come here and join this family of people that have agreed to walk through life merged and with their heart first. Come join us, like in this group of people that have agreed to give first, that have agreed to make a stand, that I don't care what happened in my life before. Today I want to do it this way, and I want to be part of the solution. I want to be part of the change that's here. And then I want to thank you guys for always supporting me, and thank you for coming to Rythmia. Thank you for giving us the chance to do what we do. It is the greatest gift, the greatest honor to be a part of this movement that's Rythmia. It is the greatest honor. And I want it to touch your life like it has touched mine and so many. I want you to feel the love of it. And then once you feel that thing, it's very hard to go back. Once you're merged, it's very hard to go back. There might be some bumps in the road, but boy, you're going to be centered and you're going to be doing things from here. And when you're doing things from here, it feels great. It does. Even the bad days are good days. So please come and join us and be a part of this. And I want to send out special thanks to the angel that helped me. And she knows who she is. And I just want to give the most amount of thanks I can give her in grace. Because, and here's the funny thing with that. The people who help us have already been recruited by love. So they're already in that, and they just show up and say, how can I help? How can I give? How can I be a part of it? And I want you guys to do that in your own lives, to be a part of this giving. And give so much that it hurts. And from that point, asking for help will never hurt. Ever. So listen, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for coming to Rythmia. And remember this thing is fucking over before you know it. I will be really shocked if a month from now or 6 weeks from now we're having coronavirus update talks. We're going to be integrated. Don't miss this past few weeks, and try your best not to overeat. Try your best not to overeat. And listen, I'm 2 weeks into it and I'm 3 pounds into it. So I hope that in these next 6 weeks, I hope I lose my whole 10 by the time we're done with this. I hope I do. I want to tell you this. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going through it just like you're going through it in the most beautiful way. And I'm so glad to be a part of this family and community. And I want to see your asses at Rythmia. Get here. If you see this stuff and you don't understand it, you say, how can life be like this? Then you know what? Stick your toe in the water, jump in the pool, come here, and you'll see how life can be like this. That this is really real. This is one of the few real things in the world. And it really is real. So please, thank you for participating. Thank you for putting up with me. And anybody who saw my Tiger King singing, that I accidentally hit play and I was singing Tiger King because I'm going to get kicked out of my house for singing this song all day, and I do it with a really bad country accent. If you got a chance to see that glory, I hope you recover. And anyway, I will see you next week. I love you guys. I love you. Thank you. And if you can, pick up a copy of Shit the Moon Said and read that, or give it to a friend. It might really, really, really help them. Hi, Kim. Hey, Lisa. Hi, John Jacob. Hi, everybody. Hi, Zin. Hi, everybody who's watching. Hi, Robin. And I will talk to you guys next week. God bless you. God keep you. God hold you. And with love.